so we're doing the podcast. It's called Everything Has to Go, in case you guys don't know. We're going to do some introductions. We'll go around the circle here. What the hell happened to Jesse? Whatever.
To the bathroom.
We'll get back to that. I'm Dan. White Oak is my nickname, apparently. That's what they call me. We can go around the line. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm TJ. I'm the good doctor.
I'm Thor, Dirt Daddy T.
I'm Dominic, the average size D, if you will.
Oh.
Regular D.
Standard D.
Yeah.
Standard D.
There you go.
There you go.
Kyle, I don't think we've settled on a nickname for me yet.
Special K.
Sir
Drywall Assassin.
Oh, yeah, the drywall assassin. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Drywall functioning monster.
Exactly.
Boop.
There's all there is to say on that.
I'm Sean, also known as Rich Mahogany.
Yeah, my counterpart. We got a lot of people floating around. Who else? This guy?
Roddy Rail.
All right.
Railius.
And we have another person coming, and he's probably going to say a lot of shit, but
Yeah.
he'll show up when he does. What did I say the theme was? Interesting stuff we've moved. Just kind of interesting single items. A couple of people were having trouble thinking of things, but I have a couple off the top of my head that I can start with. Actually, yeah, Abby said you were leaving pretty soon. Yeah.
All right, we moved like a 7.5 foot tall saguaro cactus.
Damn.
One time, and it was about the scariest goddamn thing I've ever done. Thankfully, the lady was actually like prepared for this. She'd moved it before, but it was just like in a big pot in her house. And when we showed up, she had it wrapped in like a bunch of old blankets and shit, and several layers of saran wrap. And damn thing, I mean, it probably weighed 350 pounds. And this was before we had a lift gate, so we had to push it up a ramp, like hands on the cactus. But she had enough shit around it that nobody got stabbed or anything. But it was
Interesting.
it was real sketchy, top heavy as fuck, dude.
Still not 100% convinced that I don't want one though.
It'd be pretty cool. She had.
I'll get you a picture of one.
She had like.
I love the saguaros, dude.
They're pretty cool.
Driven through that area. It's
You
awesome.
live in the desert.
Man.
I've driven through that area, I'm pretty sure, with you.
Yeah, it's great. I love the
She
saguaro.
she was from Arizona, and she had like grown up with that cactus.
Damn.
It was like 40 years old, and she had it her whole life.
Wow.
So she knew how to move it, thankfully.
Yeah, that's good.
She responded.
We were like, what? 7 foot cactus? This is gonna be terrible, but it was super easy.
I've moved some other cacti, but not a saguaro.
Yeah, that's the only saguaro I've ever seen.
It's the only
Oh yeah,
cacti
because it's
I
a federal
appreciate.
offense to take them out of Arizona.
You have to
like,
have a permit.
Yeah, and like all that kind of stuff.
And you
have
can't
to,
just
go through
grow
the
them,
government.
right?
I think you can.
You can have them,
Doesn't
but you
it
can't
take,
move
like-
them, everything.
like
you
years?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you move them.
those things live forever. Is it like grandfathered down the permit? Like, can you? Like,
I'm not sure, but I know she was telling us like when she moved it out of state, she had to like pay a bunch of money and get a permit to remove it from her own property.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that is crazy.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, good start.
Yeah,
Here we
there you
go.
go.
I figured this is going to be a bunch of real short stories. So, I don't know. You got another one, Adam, or are you gonna get out of here soon?
sure, we moved a vent hood. Well, we moved a bunch of them actually, but the one that sticks. They're these big pieces of equipment called vent hoods that they use in. I don't know what the fuck they do with them, but they do a bunch of shit with them at CSU. They like vent chemicals when you're doing chemistry shit.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but we
You got the rubber.
Yeah, it's cool.
yeah.
When you turn it on. Yeah.
But we put one in a guy's basement.
Oh,
Remember? Were you on that?
that has something to do with drugs.
Love that. That one that was sitting back here for like a
Noise it
year
makes.
because we couldn't fit it in his fucking basement. It was just in the back of the shop forever.
I don't think I was on that.
I think it.
That dude's going to mushrooms or something.
Yeah, what reason do you have to
He's
have that?
a professor at CSU, and he just like gets old shit from him. I guess I don't know.
I've seen most of Breaking Bad.
Apparently that is.
I can beat Breaking Bad. I can break
Serious.
bad.
We've moved all sorts of weird shit for CSU.
Yeah.
I've moved, I forget how much money. It was worth like $500,000 fucking dollars. It was a cryo freezer.
Oh,
It was
Yeah.
like 8 feet tall, and we took it down to the secret bunkers beneath
Oh, with the
CSU.
seat-
Oh, the seat bank?
valve.
Yeah,
I've been over to the
valve.
seat bank a
Yeah,
few times.
I've
That
been
guy
over
always
a
gives
couple
us a
times.
tour.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
You got to
really
get a
good.
full-on like security clearance badge. I mean, it's
Sign
not.
it and shit.
Yeah, it's not like
Oh, yeah, dude,
give
that's
it a
just
background
locked
check.
down.
That guy tells me every time we go there, he says, I'm helping the future. I'm
Yeah.
saving the future
Oh,
by
yeah.
moving that compressor into its new place. I'm a hero.
Yeah.
One of them, some of those seats don't even exist except like in that vault.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I
Yeah,
love
there's
the
that
original
one, that
species of
vault,
things
and then
over
the
there.
crazy
All
one
really
in
cool
like
shit.
Norway or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, the 2 seat vaults.
I think they're all over the world, aren't they?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
they're-
there's-
they're
there's
in,
a lot
like,
more.
every country.
You would think,
It's like one
because
of
I
the-
always
There's like
thought
5
just
of
the
them or
2
something
would
like
seem.
that.
There's
good.
not a lot.
That
of
one in
them.
Norway is
Yeah.
the one that you see all the picture
Yeah,
of all
like
the
the
time.
big one.
It's just the
Yeah.
door in the
It's
rock
like
in like the
villains
side of the
lair.
mountain.
Yeah, it's
That's so
fucking-
sick. Looks like
yeah.
some James Bond shit.
Yeah.
trying to think of other weird shit. Oh, we moved a. I think you were on that giant bike statue.
Oh,
I did the
I
bike
moved
statue.
that 2 or
We
3
moved
times.
that.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, seriously, fucking. It just came out of storage recently, actually.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
forget where
welcome.
we put it. Though.
No, because it was at the Trek bike shop.
Yeah,
and
me-
they shut down.
yeah,
or
Me,
something.
Booze, and Derek picked it up from
Yeah.
there.
And then I recently picked it up from like
Put it
the
in a
Fort
storage
Collins
thing.
bike something, some government waste program.
I might have dropped it off there. I picked it up at the place they were storing it and dropped it off
Yes.
at that place.
I cannot think of where the fuck we took that thing.
I
It's
remember.
just a huge metal statue of a bike.
We
gigantic.
got
It's
some
like
pictures of that floating
Yeah,
around.
it's like a
Yeah.
1.5
I
scale
definitely have one
bicycle
at
that
Derek
weighs
and,
like
like, leaning
800
back on
pounds.
Yeah. Just
Why don't you just have a fucking bike?
It's the most Fort Collins thing ever, basically.
They make a statue of a bike and then have to put a sign that says "Don't sit on the
Do
bike."
not and you better believe
But
we all
naturally
sat
we
on
do.
it and took pictures.
Pretty sure I've
Because
seen pictures of that.
You
yeah,
got
this
photographic
thing-
evidence.
that's-
Send me a picture, Kyle, if you
I
got
will
it.
pull it up.
like steel
That's what
wagon
I'm working on
wheels
right
and
I know I have it in here.
it's very sturdy.
It is very sturdy.
The base must be a half-inch thick steel
Just steel
plate.
plate,
that's
yeah,
like
that's-
7 feet long and
Oh, yeah.
2.5 feet wide.
It doesn't
Oh.
even like fit on our liftgate.
I got one
Yeah,
more,
it's big.
and then I gotta get out of here. But
Okay.
people trust us with incredibly expensive shit for some reason. But we moved the wife of the former owner of the Rockies.
Oh yeah.
She has a bunch of very, very, very expensive artwork.
That art was bad.
It's not, yeah, it's not good, but it's
It
worth a
was-
shitload of money.
Yeah.
But me and fucking Tommy Souders, Big Tommy, we got up on some ladders in her living room and took down like this 5 foot tall, 6 foot wide painting of just like prairie landscape. She told us it was worth like $127,000 as soon as we got it down, and I was like, "What? Why are we here, dude? Do you know who we are?"
We helped hang that picture up.
Really? Oh
And
no!
she tried to get me to climb on top of those bookshelves, and I was like,
Oh, fuck
look
yeah.
at me. No, absolutely not. And then, what's his name? Damien. Damien ended up climbing
yeah,
up on
he's
that
got-
thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah. We helped put that shit up there. Oh, we have another special guest. Introduce yourself. We'll throw it in. Adam's leaving, and we got a new one.
Adam's leaving, Jesse's hopping in.
What's the weirdest shit you've ever moved?
Yeah, what's some, like, physical item? Like, what's a weird something?
So I was thinking about this earlier, and one time, so me and Connor had this job. It was for some like local city move for this office, and they had these like they were oak and cast iron desk dividers, and we had to carry them up 3 flights of stairs. They were so heavy that JD bought us like these special gloves with extra grip, so that
Classic
and
move.
we were literally like, there was only 3 of them, and we were just fucking. Oh, no,
No, yeah,
Hey, fuck yeah.
Is this like a cubicle?
Yeah, like it was like an open concept office, and they had these like oak and cast iron, fucking, probably like 15-foot wide, long, like 5 foot high, and we like struggled so hard. We took like a 15-minute break after we moved each one, and then we get up to the top and we drop them off where they need to go. And these motherfuckers are having an office party with all this food. we did not get offered any. Like, we just moved this heavy ass shit and we don't even get any of it. But yeah, heavy.
So heavy.
Yeah.
Thor, you want
I do have one. Yeah, the sculpture talk reminded me. Not too long ago, I moved a metal sculpture of a love seat. That was
Oh, yeah, you had a sculpture of a love seat.
You took the sculpture of a
Just get a goddamn love seat.
No,
200 pound.
Welcome to our world.
Is
metal
it still a love seat though?
I'll show you.
Is it just a metal
Can you
love
see
seat?
it?
Do it right now. It's just an uncomfortable
Okay.
couch, right?
It has a sign that
It's
says
like-
warning,
it's
do
tilted
not
up
sit.
here.
It's a modern art.
But yeah, here we go. So yeah, it's like this white metal couch. It's
No.
weighed out like 200 pounds. It's unusable. There are also
What?
2 matching chairs that we didn't have to.
Why is it unusual?
pull through it?
It looks like one of those traps for like
It literally looks like
basic
you're
white
trying to
girls.
catch.
This lady had the weirdest shit in her house. Like she
You
had
say
a
white girls, I was
sculpture.
gonna say raccoon.
Yeah.
She had a big ass piece of concrete with a bunch of like railroad ties through it, and then one of them was glass. She had a framed shadow box and some like stayed whitey tidies. It was
That's why.
Okay.
that's the weirdest thing I moved, I think.
Huh.
Damn.
Well,
That kind of reminds me of the cloud busting machine. And I say machine very, very loosely. Because it was basically a 5-gallon bucket filled with concrete, and she said there was a bunch of crystals mixed in, and then it had 5 pieces of like electrical conduit at different levels, which also had some crystals on the top, and she said it was for cloud busting, like from that movie.
Yeah, the Minister of Goods.
Yes, that one. And
yeah.
we were moving her into storage, and obviously she was kind of wacky. She had crystals and cloud busters and combination.
She wasn't all there.
No, yeah, but
The door just
I will say it was a cloudy day. We did set this thing in the middle of the fucking thing just to kind of fuck with her, but there did coincidentally probably. There was like a slight break in the clouds above us.
it was real.
It was real. That crazy
She had
crystal.
her own energy through it. It wasn't like a tool. For
Oh, did
her
you
to
plug it in?
focus.
Like, is it 120,
No,
240?
it was just a
12
concrete
volt?
bucket with some metal and shit.
You just gotta give it
sticking
all
out.
It's
the
actually
good
powered by
vibes.
potatoes
It was-
suspended in water.
Okay, yeah, like
Yeah.
the light bulbs.
It's like
yeah.
potato
yeah.
clock or whatever.
Okay.
Do you still have potato clock?
Yeah, we still got potato clods.
Nice.
We've been using limes lately though.
But yeah, this woman this like
How
looked
long
like
ago?
you'd expect. Like, you know the scientist from Independence Day, the old guy in Area 51?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
Data.
she looked like.
I've seen all these movies you're talking about the past 2 days.
Been on
I
the
jumped
binge
in the
over there.
theater, yeah. When that alien's head split open, I literally jumped in the theater at Independence Day, which was 96. And,
Yeah.
Scary, man.
I can't remember much college.
You got your education's worth.
It's Dennis Quaid's, no, Randy Quaid, sorry. Randy Quaid's second best movie. Next to Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation's pretty good.
Great movie.
Yeah, vacation movies.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up.
The 3 of them.
At
There's
least.
like
I think there's a whole
There's a
bunch.
reboot.
Oh, they kept making it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking of the original.
Because
There's at
there's-
least
Chevy Chase
4
ones.
originals and then the reboot.
Because there's the Vegas one,
Yep.
Christmas.
The original.
I think
the
just Vacation.
Yeah.
Vacation.
And then European.
What's that
Yeah.
Chevy Chase movie where they end
Yeah,
up in
Las
like
Vegas.
that junkyard, like that, like the car breaks down or something like that, and like they're in like that haunted house with the junkyard.
Don't know that
I
one.
want.
I don't know. Chevy Chase.
It's a good alias, though. The Rusty Shacklefords are like the name. Can I say Bob DeWato live? Robert DeWato.
That's dangerous.
It's good to have a good alias when you get in trouble.
Makes sense.
And Nick Papagiorgio from Vegas Vacation.
Ooh,
was,
yes,
uh,
of course, yeah.
21,
Damn
winning all the
right.
Hummers
That's
and
a good one.
Corvettes and everything. Mr. Papagiorgio.
Fuck yeah.
You might get in hot trouble though, because I think people might understand Nick Papagiorgio's fake. But we had a few. We had Winston Savage. That was a go-to if we got in trouble. A couple aliases helps. Not throwing a segues. Just thinking Vegas Vacation.
I call myself Dan Rao.
Some guy did it at Arizona
Yeah.
State. Fucking asshole. It's like a week into the dorm.
Damn.
Oh yeah, he got you.
Who bought you all that taco? Oh, Dan Rao did. Yeah, I'm old. Well, I know Dan Rao. It's like, what about the CVS liquor store? Was
How about you, Rao? You got some interesting garbage.
Sure, yeah, the Hobart dope mixer for Crazy Carl's.
Oh, yeah. All of us were involved
We've
in
all
that.
moved.
I remember that shit. I heard Fico talk about that shit for a week.
6 foot tall dough mixer.
I've done
It doesn't even fit through the damn door.
Cast iron.
It's
Maybe
the dimensions
cast iron.
and the
Some
weight.
of something.
There's so much weight in the rear.
What do you think that thing weighs?
Greater than 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had the weight on it on the pallet, and it was like 1,600 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
Which we had to get a cherry picker from the rental down the road just to
Oh
get
yeah,
it down.
to get it in. Were you there when we got it, the new one in?
No, I was there when we couldn't do the other one. And the guy goes, "Here's a couple pizzas, man. I know this sucks." I was like, "It does."
Yeah, because I was on the one. The only part I was on was when we got the new one in there, and we had to use an engine hoist to lift it up into the restaurant, set it down on a pallet jack because the hoist was too tall to get into the back where it needed to go. So we had to set it on a pallet jack without a pallet and slide it through the door and then re-pick it up on the engine hoist and set it into place. That shit's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
They didn't call us for the Loveland one, thank God. Maybe that just came straight from Hobart, though. But Hobart's been making stuff for like 60, 70 years easy. CSU, all the dining halls we just did days ago, they have Hobarts from the 60s, and they still run. That's just engineering. But I don't want to move those either.
I thought I was going to move one recently out of the basement of that Jessup Farms. And we thought we were going there like, damn, this is going to be brutal. It turned out to be an industrial pasta maker.
Oh.
Which was super easy. I didn't even touch it. I just did the paperwork.
Dude, the paperwork was super easy for it. Moving it was a bitch, but not for me.
I wouldn't know how bad it was, but
Were you
it
smoking a
seemed
cigarette in
easy.
the cab?
Probably. The custody looked like one of the Crosby, Stills, and Nash guys. David Crosby, the mustache guy, he looked like that. But yeah, it was weird. It looked like something out of a Navy ship or something. That when you need to make spaghetti for 1,000 seamen.
You're probably
Well,
right.
the Crosby guy did donate his semen to the other musician. It's out of my demographic.
Like a personal exchange? Or
Yeah,
like,
he was
I
like,
need a little elaboration. I don't quite understand. We need some elaboration.
That's all I got.
it was
One
a
of the guys
personal
from Crosby, Stills,
consensual
Nash,
exchange
yeah.
of semen from bandmate to bandmate.
He looks like every guy that's ever been
Classic
serviced
stuff.
once or twice. But the other musician wanted his sperm. I don't know if he had like kids or what, but I don't know if she wanted the music.
He was mixing it into a cloud breaker, probably.
Cloud paper.
Yeah.
The secret ingredient.
Good doctor, tell me about your dildo stuff or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's hear
Let's hear about
Let's hear
Your deal. You said it earlier.
So I do apartment maintenance, and a lot of people, the college kids in the apartments that I work at, and the amount of people that like leave and just don't realize that you're supposed to like move all your shit out when you move out, I guess. And like the number one common thing, like other than food in the fridge, right behind it is dildos and vibrators.
In the fridge?
No, but I've literally like, I've found them in kitchen drawers before. I found them underneath the sink, like checking the disposal, and there's a dildo there. You
sure
find
they're
them
not just,
underneath
like,
the
mixers?
floorboard heaters, like. And the worst part was, like, I'm a week into the job. First thing I see is like just this little like, you remember those like little metal eggs that you could throw up and they were magnetic and they'd like make the noise?
Sure.
It looked like one of those. I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I just fucking twist it and it starts vibrating like crazy and I throw it immediately, realize what it is. I'm like, and the worst part is the chick that lived there was not one that you wanted to touch. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, holy fuck. And like you go through and I mean, there's units where I found 4 or 5. Legitimately, I'm like, dude, these shit, it's fucking expensive, man.
Yeah.
Take it with you, bro.
Have a collection.
Yeah.
Shit.
So they mark their territory. That's their calling card. You know, the Joker has the little fucking Joker card.
Leave vibrators around.
The apartment I lived in college, there was an explosion one day in it, and like I found out that my neighbor was making meth and had an explosion. And I was friends with some cops in town, and one of them said when they got there on the scene, the wall had like a bunch of melted like plastic and rubber on it, and they tried to figure out what it was, and then they realized this dude had fucking like mounts for his dildos, and like legitimately like you go to a dojo and they got swords up on the wall. That's how he treated his fucking dildo. He had strap-ons. The guy said he had over 50 dildos mounted on the wall that like most of them got fucking melted.
Making
Is that
looking at your
insurable?
dildo collection.
Yeah. I don't
Got
think
it,
that's
sure.
covered in. I don't think that's covered by my premium.
What's the deductible there?
I was gonna say, do you claim that on rental insurance?
Yeah, just that one section on there, like, do you have any dildos? If so, Mark, like, just have a whole like little.
Do you have any
invoice section
evidence?
on that? Yeah.
Right beneath art and jewelry is the dildo section.
Yeah. Sex toys.
Little checkbox.
It's way off the rails, but you can make napalm out of plastic, so you could melt down dildos with some styrofoam and some high octane gas, and then that's really gonna fuck up
Are they paraffin?
anyone. What's up?
Are they paraffin? Are dildos paraffin?
I don't know. Tell me what the one that you were talking
They're
about.
probably food.
Yeah, I was looking at this yesterday.
Yeah, it must have
Browsing dildos.
No, not dildos, napalm.
Oh, you're for sure on a list.
Other people had posted things. I just read it. But,
Right.
yeah, you can make styrofoam gas. Everyone knows, but you can do diesel and soap shavings, and you can melt paraffin down, which is like a type of plastic, and that makes it way better napalm.
Didn't people used to add like a orange juice concentrate to the?
Fertilizer and orange juice.
Yeah, there's something like
That's how you
that.
make a bomb,
Are
right?
you talking about Agent Orange?
We're talking about making bombs and stuff.
Yeah, apparently we're talking about making bombs.
The best cut.
Ben, how do we make
I
bombs?
did refuse to move dynamite once.
I've moved like a good sized mortar one time that had the explosives taken out of it on a job. It was like a centerpiece in their living room. It was just a mortar sitting on the ground. But yeah, it was pretty big.
It used to be a military thing for the the coins that they have.
I'm aware
Oh,
of the
yeah.
coins, yeah. For sure.
I had a roommate who used to have a training round from a tank. It was a big wooden dummy round.
Okay.
About that big. But I had a customer who had a couple. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome, those training rounds," and he just like didn't care, and I was really disappointed.
It's
Oh man,
He's like, yeah, man, like, move my shit.
no one knows what that is. Come on, throw me a fucking bone.
Recognize me.
Yeah, that's a longer story with that asshole. But anyway,
Who is it that moved? Were you on the move moved the fucking dude from the band?
oh yeah, dude, that was a long time ago. I moved some shit for Robbie Robertson of the band.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Was it? He had like his like he already had like his like fucking jamming area set up.
Yeah, he
You
brought
like
me
walk
down.
by and
well,
you're like, yo, like,
yeah,
you're pretty
yeah.
good, man.
yeah, he was jamming. How long you been playing, bro? Like 65 years. I used to play with Clapton, and I'm like, and he takes me downstairs. He's like, "Yeah, this is the '67 Dylan album I played on." And I'm like, "What? What fucking way?" And yeah, looked him up. Of course, you know the band, but you don't know this guy when you're. I worked for 2 men in a truck. I was 18, and actually the night before had gotten jumped, walking home from a party, and was like fucked up. Like when I was doing the bill with him, he's like, "Are you all right, man?" He's like, "I have like a broken nose, and like my fucking lip is like a watermelon." I'm like kind of crying. "Are you all right?" "Not really." Full disclosure, I just got my ass kicked last night. He's like, all right.
Been there.
Yeah.
How long you been playing 65?
Yeah, but yeah, that was, I mean, you could tell, like, it wasn't old guy blues, you know, this dude could play. And yeah, because it was Robbie from the band.
Who did we move, Thor?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of.
Was it Joe Cocker?
Yes.
Joe Cocker?
Joe
yeah.
Cocker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
We moved his
was
ass.
was it his daughter or his ex-wife?
I
Or
think
not
it's
ex-wife,
his
his
wife.
widow.
Yeah.
His widow. Yeah, we were moving boxes
Bunch
that
of
are like
gold records
gold
and
records,
shit.
just in boxes that we're putting on our truck. It's like
There's,
platinum album. Like it
Some
just
concert tickets where Sheryl Crow was opening for him in Germany or whatever.
yeah. That was crazy. A whole bunch of posters
That's
and
pretty cool.
yeah, just moving from storage unit to storage unit. Gold records. Just whatever.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Which was fucked up because like I'm feeling all right, I'm not feeling too good myself. That's exactly how I was moving that stuff. I'm not feeling too good myself. But yeah, the widow was cool as shit to us.
Oh yeah, she was super nice.
Yeah.
She did not expect us to know who he was.
Eric's right there. You don't know anyone from the band. It's just the band.
Yeah, they're the band. Yeah.
What a great name.
Yeah.
It is the band.
Yeah.
All right, who hasn't said something about something?
Dominic.
I feel like Dom and
Dominic.
Kyle.
I've only moved my own shit, really. Toughest thing I moved was...
Let's hear about your dildos that you did, Dom.
Yeah.
I haven't moved any dildos.
Some average
No,
size
Well, my
dildos.
anal pusher. But yeah.
Okay, there we
My
go.
buddy bought me an anal pusher for my birthday one year.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, apparently it's, I don't know, if anyone ever robs my home, it's the weapon of choice.
It's got some weight
Fend
to
off
it.
and index. Dude, it's like,
It fucking hurts if you like hit somebody in the leg
on
with
it.
it.
Like, dude, if you got smacked with that thing, nope.
And it's got a big mushroom head on it
Yeah.
too.
Just not
Nothing
bad.
to-
You're like, all right, I
nothing
gotta
to be
use
fucked
this
with,
somehow.
for sure, yeah.
Well, it's something to be fun.
Well, yeah, for a lot of people, yeah.
I didn't fuck the sheriff, but I fucked the deputy. It was insult.
Probably the most difficult thing I've had to move is a hot tub. That sucked.
Yeah, we do those on occasion. Yeah, they do suck.
Yeah.
Thing's heavy and awkward. And, yeah.
I think your last day we moved to hot tub, didn't we, Jesse?
Yeah, it was me, you. Yeah, it was us three. Then House was
just
there
us,
too.
and then House was just like walking around,
Like running the boards for us.
Not doing
Sounds
shit.
like a house thing to me.
That was pretty lame.
Yeah, that's pretty lame.
Yeah.
Way to get out of
But
that.
wasn't that where
fence.
the really hot custody and everything? She was wearing the overalls, I think, and everything. Like, right next to, up there, I think. Next to.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think
It's
it was
hard to
that one.
remember.
Yeah.
When I was younger, my dad bought this like 1968 Porsche frame, and like that this thing needed a shitload of work, and it had an engine in it and all. Shit did not turn over, and he bought it. Tow truck shows up at the house. Our driveway was like pretty steep, and tow truck shows up at the bottom. He goes to get the thing off. The wheels were locked up. He finally drops it off. We had to get like probably 10 guys to try to push this fucking car with locked up flat tires that are 30 years old and dry rotted, fucking up a steep driveway into the garage.
Nah.
Fucking miserable. I was like sitting there. I was like 8. I was probably pushing, not doing anything, just getting in the fucking way.
I think one of the dumbest things I ever did for moving was this chick was moving to Iowa, and she literally it was just a sprout load that was maybe like a quarter full, and she paid like $3,500 for us to basically just move trash. To Iowa.
It happens a lot.
And,
Yeah.
and a fish tank. And it's like, just buy a new fucking fish tank. We don't need to spend $3,500 for us to drive your literal trash bags in a fish tank to Iowa.
Wasn't that shit to Casper, me and Sean one day? We took a fucking piss stain mattress and a bunch of trash to a storage
So
unit
fucking
to
dumb.
or something.
It was literally so dumb. Like, it literally took us like 15 minutes to load up. And like another 15 to unload, but we were driving for like 8 hours and everything because it was like 5 hours that way, 5 hours back. Like,
No. And then we put it in storage. Yeah, my company's paying for the move. Figured I needed to move something.
That usually means good tips.
Yeah.
If the company's paying.
I think the dumbest thing I've moved, like kind of recently, I don't remember, I think some of you guys might have been on it, was that big ass like bench, like giant like sandstone, like fucking like bench thing that was like some dude's backyard. Like it was like, Rao, I think you were on that. It was like me, Eggbill, Derek, I think you were there. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was two other people too. We literally like could barely pick it up and everything. It was the worst. It was that one chick who like vomited in you guys' the front yard and everything.
Oh.
The really scrawny one that was like all pilled out.
Jesus.
End the story right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. That was
You guys know.
Yeah. I haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah.
Those concrete fucking benches in people's backyards are bullshit.
No, it was ridiculous. It was literally like from like me to Thor and everything. It was about like this fucking wide too, and it was just that fucking thick. Like the worst, but it was
Why
so
do you
bad.
fucking need that?
Nobody needs that
Fucking
shit.
William Shakespeare backyard garden.
Fucking Knights of the Round Table over
Concrete.
here.
Yeah.
In between your two.
Oh, you were sending me a picture. Good. Send me pictures, people. I need pictures.
You got a whole ass video.
Couple dumb things from two from the same job. The one lady that had the fucking like wooden bust thing that was on a like statue base that was real dumb. Just like basically like mid thigh to neck, just big old wooden
Big old
naked
titties.
woman thing, and then also had like a 10-foot by 5-foot pot that went into her backyard. That shit was real fucking dumb.
Oh.
You
I think
know
I
who
know
I'm
the
talking
pot you
about.
speak.
Yeah.
Is that one where
Derek
she
got
knocked down
inside of
like,
it.
the girls' school or something to build her house?
Yeah, basically.
Probably,
Yeah. Yeah. And she was getting all mad about her chairs being like having little indents
That
in
was
them
my
from
bad.
sitting in the truck overnight. And
It's kinda
like,
her
we'll
bad.
be back tomorrow and they'll be totally fine, and they were.
And also, it's my least favorite house on that.
Oh yeah, it
fucking
looks like
place.
absolute shit.
They tore
It's
down
terrible.
two historic almost
Yeah.
historic homes to build that fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what 10 minutes spawned for. Like, do that in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that the modern looking one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's
huge.
got
Where
two
is
lots.
it? It's on the mountain.
It's like mountain. It's like a little bit west of Shield. I think.
Okay.
It's off of, Jackson. It's past Jackson Mountain. But,
No,
she
what's the
tore
street
down
address?
two historic homes, almost
Yeah,
historic
let's go.
homes to build that. And that's exactly what, like, everywhere else further is for new builds.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, not on. Don't do that on
It's the
mountain.
definition of gentrification.
Yeah.
Word for word.
Another one that wasn't bad to move, but it was just dumb, was this lady had a leather bench. It was small, very light, but the leather was stained so that it looked like it was a granite top. So of course I went to lift it because I thought it was going to be heavy as fuck. I almost smacked myself in the face. It weighed like half a fucking pound, and I was like, oh, why? It doesn't even look comfortable. Why would you want to sit on like granite? That's just dumb. None of that makes any sense. And then as far as like other dumb things too, anyone who has like the railroad tie tables that are
Oh, the ones with the wheels?
yeah.
That
And
are
that are
unnecessarily
made out
heavy.
of like railroad ties. Yeah, they
Yeah,
weigh like
old
300
cast iron
pounds.
and
They
shit,
look like shit.
yeah.
They're real dumb. And then the other thing that I think most of you guys were on at one point or another, I know for sure you three,
Some of us were there.
that giant armoire that we moved that had all the bent nails in it that cut the shit out of everybody, and then it wouldn't fit in their basement and or their upstairs, and they got all pissed about it.
Was that like Longmont?
Yeah.
But yeah, that
Yeah,
thing. That
and
was
they kept sending
brutal.
us back there because they were like, "Yeah, we want to move it to here now." And it's
No
like,
way.
it won't go there. It's like
barely
8.5
fit in his
feet tall.
garage.
It barely fit in the garage.
Holy shit! Yeah,
That thing
that's-
was so dumb.
Yeah, me and Jake were on the top of it, like leaning it towards us, and like we barely had it.
Yeah.
2 dudes.
Yeah,
Dude, fuck that.
that thing was awful.
Yeah, that was a fucking ex-wife purchase for him.
Yeah, and that lady too. When we were doing that job, like we had to walk in the front door, and she was just sitting in a chair, and she's like,
See, I don't even think that was his wife. That was
Or
like
it was
his
like
interior
somebody, but
designer.
yeah,
he
she would
might
just
have been
sit there
having something on the
while you're
side.
carrying something, just looking at you. And she's like, I think that needs to go to the upstairs guest room. You're like, that's where you told me to put everything so far. There's no more room in there, you idiot. What are you talking about? It's the worst.
Yeah, they wanted us to take that armoire downstairs, and it was
In
like
a switchback
and it wasn't
staircase
finished yet.
that was
You gotta-
an unfinished basement. It was like,
Yo,
God,
you got
it was
lighter.
so dumb.
yeah.
Is it alright if we smoke a doobie on the cast?
Yeah, you can smoke doobies here.
I mean, most of the time we usually start off the podcast with like 5 people talking to one topic.
If you listen to the podcast, you would know that we definitely smoke doobies on the podcast.
Every podcast.
Dude, I didn't even
doobies
know.
on the
Dude,
podcast.
Mac like told me about the podcast, but then that was it. He just said there was one.
Dude, you gotta like, you gotta subscribe, you gotta follow.
Smash that notification bell,
Yeah.
boys.
Like,
comment,
subscribe,
and
and
comment.
All you movers of the internet.
Oh, I said it. I said I wasn't going to say it. Damn it. You guys got me. You
There's a
tricked
hint
me.
of sarcasm, but do it.
Insider.
But seriously, do that.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. Like,
We're trying to get that Twisted Tea sponsorship.
If you like this video, we're
Yes.
putting out new content every week. Like,
We do come out with that.
Yeah, we do this. We've done it. Did I say what episode? I think it's episode 6.
Yeah, this is 6. Yeah.
So we've been doing this a while. It's pretty fun.
Dude, it's good, like, because I've been out of the moving game for a while. It's nice thinking about reminiscing over it.
Yeah.
Fucking, I was just thinking about one of my first days at the moving company, and I almost got fired probably. But it was me and Connor and Tommy, and we were moving the gun safe out of this basement. And this dude, we had to take it over all these like janky ass pavers and all this gravel to get it up and around the outside of the house. And I didn't really know what I was doing at that point. And like we're like, okay, like we're going up these little like paver steps that are all janky, and like, all right, 1, 2, 3, and then move it up. And then I didn't move my side as much as Tommy moved his side, and we put the gun safe through the basement window.
I recall this happening.
Connor like called JD and he's like, "Yo, this guy fucking sucks." Like, we gotta get this
I gotta say,
yeah.
so
Connor
I
was
love
like,
it.
so trying to get you fired.
dude.
Not happening.
So I was living.
You gotta
with
get
the-
rid of this Jesse guy. It's all his fault.
trash.
I was living with Pico when that happened, and when I first heard that story when it happened, it was completely the other guy's fault.
It's not my fault. But,
4 years later, suddenly it's his fault.
we did get to the unload, and she tipped us like $200. So
After you shattered a window.
she was like, "They're gonna take care of it, whatever." Yeah.
I dropped a fucking babygram through this dude's front window one
Yeah.
time.
I remember that too.
Hilarious. The best part was me jumping up in the window of Brad's truck as he was coming up to the house, because I had pushed this piano down the street with a new guy, just 2 of us. Just rolled it down the street because we were moving like 5 houses down, so we just sent it. And yeah, I tried to save it, but didn't. But jump up onto Brad's truck. I was like, "Yo, dude, so I just put that piano through the front window." He's like, "That's pretty funny, bro." You know, I was like, "No, dude."
No, dude.
No, I really
did. And I was kind of laughing, so he still didn't believe me. I was like, "No, check it out."
No, dude, I know.
This
I'm
guy
laughing
Frank,
right now, but-
this guy was hilarious. Asian guy Frank, like Frank Sinatra. He kept saying that. It was so fucking funny. But yeah, put that piano right through his fucking big ass front window.
I think another dumb one I did was with you, Dan. When we took that, it was supposed to be like a 200-pound like gun safe. Ended up being like around like, how much do you think it was?
650 to 800.
It was just me and him.
It was a
doing
wide
that.
boy.
And just taking it straight into a basement, and he measured out. Like, yeah, the bottom back there, the landing, is 48 inches. This safe right here is 45, so you can get it done. I was like, you know, we're about to put like 9 inches of like equipment and all this shit and everything too. He's like, what do you think you can get it done? I was like, well, we can get it down there. But like the problem is we're not gonna be able to get it back up, and like we're not able to get it through. There's gonna get all crazy. He's like, all right, well, I'll go down there and see how it's going. Cut to like 5 minutes later, me and Dan, I'm just on the bottom, just like Dan's full like caterpillaring all the fucking way down as well. He's like, all right, can you guys get it in there? We could if you take like 2 feet off this wall. He's like, actually, I can do that. I'm an electrician. So literally takes his like one of his like sawzalls he has, and we're just holding it. It's just do. We're just getting covered in like sawdust and like all this other stuff. Then like we go to take it out. He literally took out like 3.5 feet out of his wall and everything. And then we just his fucking light switch was just fucking dangling right there too. As we're like doing some weird ass shit to get it in there.
That was what I loved, because the light switch on his brand new build was just swinging in the breeze.
He did that on a brand new build.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he just moved in there too. Like
Fucking turnkey property, just grabs a hacksaw and goes to town.
It happens.
legitimately what happened. He's like, well, good thing if I move out of here, this is staying here because I'm not gonna deal with that. I was like,
No,
good.
Good. I've moved the inverse of that, where like we're trying to struggle with this couch, and then you look at the drywall and you're like, oh, well, that's how it got in here. See the 2.5 foot by 3 foot massive, horribly done drywall patch? Yeah, that's exactly how that couch got in here. And then, yeah, the last time that happened, the dude took his sawzall out and fucking hammered that thing in half. And we still struggled to get it out.
You feel bad asking for a couple more inches after he's taken 2 feet out of his fucking wall.
And dumb shit though. One time it took about 8 of us, but this dude had a canoe that was carved out of a whole tree trunk. It was probably about 18 feet long. And the dumbest part about it, well, like all of us carried it how you'd expect. We flipped it over our heads and fucking brought it in the house.
Little kids at summer camp.
And dude, this is what he did with it. So it was just like, it was 18 feet long. It was like basically a giant piece of driftwood canoe, which is kind of cool, I guess. But he used it as a coffee table. He had a big ass piece of glass he just set on. And that was his coffee table.
Of course, the glass coffee table.
What the fuck?
Oh, dude,
Glass
that's what I said.
anything.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
The $6,000 piece of glass that will be sitting in this shop.
Yeah,
for
I was just
12%.
about to mention that $6,000 piece of glass
Yeah.
that we have like 50 feet that way.
We haven't broken it yet because nobody wants to clean up that much.
Yeah. Or also, no one wants to pick it up and carry it.
It's in the other side. You can take a look.
That thing is literally ridiculously fucking heavy. I hate
Get a
it
picture
so
of
much.
that boy.
I remember when it broke too and everything. Fucking like you went to go tell Brad what happened because we all watched.
That was another
All
thing.
watched Expo
Shut the
Dude.
fuck up. You didn't really just do that. Oh, no, we didn't.
It's just always getting Brad.
Yeah. That's the best part. Hey, Brad. We just broke this.
I guess I was hoping Brad was on this one because Brad would be able to tell this story really well. We moved this gay couple out of a storage unit, but it was just the one guy was helping us out, and we pulled out all these things, and it's just giant statues of penises, just every shape and size you can imagine. And the guy's like, yeah, you know, I hate these, but yeah, my partner, he made them in college. I can't throw them out.
He went through a phase.
Yeah, we'll have to find those pictures of George with giant penis statues all around him. Yeah.
Freshman year, he's like, I really like dicks. Yeah. I'm gonna work on the vein and the shaft. I'm gonna take my dick experience. He's like, you know, I actually really like the communal bathrooms. Like, really about that. Dorms are sick. Living right next to 3 other dudes, I'm kind of about it.
And they were super nice people. They were very nice to us. Just
I'm gonna
moving
get
their
some working tools and make giant dicks.
Yeah, there was one that was like a tube painted pink that had a bunch of spikes going into it. There was all kinds of crazy stuff.
You stick your dick in it or what?
There's a picture of George sticking his dick in it.
Of course there is.
Nah, he didn't have his dick out, but it's still pretty fun.
He would've
Oh,
done
what
it.
was also funny one time, speaking of George, is when we got that leopard thing, we were moving it out of that house and we put it in the attic and everything.
That was
Like,
the last
that was
podcast
like-
picture.
Yeah, like, fucking, as we were doing that, I remember you walked onto the truck, we were all in, and then George literally started taking off his clothes and everything to take a picture right next to me, and I turned around, and like the cussie's daughter was literally coming into the
Looking
garage
at
as it
shirtless
happened.
George next to him.
Yeah, just like with this whole chinchilla out and everything.
Should we have Jesse read the advertisements for the episode?
Do you have sponsors for the cast?
I'm gonna go take a piss, and whatever happens, happens. You go ahead and just let us know.
Go ahead,
We'd
Pete.
like to thank our sponsors for today's podcast.
I mean, definitely Bojangles. Gotta
Yeah,
give a shout out to
Bojangles,
Bojangles.
Thank you.
Hitting that sausage upside down, dog.
Yeah,
Gas Pro Shops,
Duralast.
Plan B pill, like. Oh yeah, if we get sponsored by Plan B, that'd be awesome. Because that armor is not gonna fit. So what's your? That'd be so funny.
JVC television.
Yeah, JVC Television.
Big fan of JVCs, honestly.
We
Procter
support all
and
VHS
Gamble.
players.
I mean, listen, most guys here are professional movers, and I think they can say the heavier the TV, the better. That's how you tell
Oh yeah,
quality, right?
if that TV's not 60 inches and curved, I don't want it.
Yeah, bro, exactly. You expect like what, a good like, if your TV's under 100 pounds, it's probably pretty shitty.
Yeah, it's bad
Yeah,
quality.
I mean, and you want like what, a solid 3 feet back, or
Yeah.
I mean, I think those thin ones they've been proven just they don't perform like the big old ones.
Look at that.
If you want to play NES or SNES, you gotta have a Trinitron, or else you're gonna have that lag and you're fucked.
Dude, yeah, if you don't have the rabbit ears on it either, I feel like you really just the quality is not there.
Nice to have the dials that you turn and they click.
Yeah.
Dude,
Otherwise
yeah,
you
you
just-
can't be
you're not-
relying on a fucking remote.
Like, who do you think you are? Some kind of rich
Feature or
guy?
something?
Like,
What the fuck?
I guess I'm sponsored by Moderna now.
Not to brag or anything. But
We do have an Olympic rower with us on the podcast today,
Oh shit.
Mr. Dominic Piazza.
Bro. Dude,
No,
you,
I
should,
rode
you
Euro.
should see. Speaking of stupid shit, we've moved. Some guy showed up here, just randomly, with a fucking 1970s Olympic rowboat that we installed into the brewery down there. Dude, it's legit.
You like hung it up on the ceiling.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, no, we just got,
got
it
it
in
in
the
there,
brewery,
I think.
which was ridiculous because it's longer than you would think. That
no,
thing
it was up to
probably
like 40
30
feet.
Yeah,
Yo, dude, that shit was long as fuck.
You probably
Yeah.
go look
It's like
and
4
no
or
one's
5,
moved it out.
Yeah.
of there.
I don't know
That's-
how they would move it out of there, literally, because
Because you got the one
so
person
much
that's
work.
turned around
guy.
yelling.
Yeah.
And that dude was
Cops.
ridiculous. Like, what would you call him? A crew captain?
A crew
Something
cut?
like Because it's a crew, right? A rowing crew.
Isn't it? Isn't it
Coxswain.
called-
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
Coxswain's the
Isn't
person
it like
that sits there and
doing crew?
yells.
Is what it is?
Doing crew.
Rowing
yeah,
crew.
it's called
Rowing crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is called
It's like-
crew. I think it's like crew
Like-
lead or something.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
something
know.
like that.
I went to Cotillion and all, but I'm not that way.
Give it a penguin tuck suit. You're very.
I don't own a pair of those pink shorts. Sean
I
does,
do.
of all people.
My
I have
parents,
those, I have salmon, I got fuchsia,
my
I got a
parents
couple
signed
of
me
them.
up for cotillion when I was younger, and we had cotillion like once a month. We also had basketball practice every Wednesday, and I could have easily missed basketball practice. Let's be very clear. Fico played with me. I was the player that always made it because, honestly, I'm not really sure why I made it. I shouldn't have been on the team.
A lot of heart.
You had boys at the country
You
club.
always need that.
I was the heart. I was the Rudy of the team. If you
Yeah,
will.
yeah, you're radio.
TJ used to be sitting on TJ used
He
to
was
be
a
sitting on
Cuba
the bench
Gooding
with his
Jr.
shoes untied.
Dude, yeah, literally, if it was a close game, and like by close game, if we were either up or down by like 20 points, third quarter rolled around, I took my shoes off because I knew I wasn't going in.
You're just saying you got up, got the towel and everything, went to the concessions, came back with a hot dog and just sat there just.
My parents paid me to go to cotillion though. I went to like 2 classes because I was like, oh, I can't go. I got basketball practice this week. And my parents were nice. They didn't want to be like, look, you fucking suck. Maybe you should just focus on cotillion. You're not doing shit with basketball, bud.
Just waiting for that orange slice of Mondo.
We did the halftime snacks, the Gatorade to get on the way back on the bus and everything.
I'll slip my Air Forces back on.
Dude, I would have my
Overleaving?
slides on in the third quarter. There was like 1 or 2 times where coach was like, TJ, you're going in. I was like, wait, what?
Coach, let me put my uniform back on. Fuck.
Shit, coach, I actually didn't bring my jersey today, man.
Jesse, you're probably recruited because you're tall. That's like one of our things. Oh,
Yeah.
you're tall, you can do stuff.
If you're a little kid playing sports and you're big, like they want you every time.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
you
yeah.
You're a finesse guy, though.
I am a finesse guy, which you wouldn't know if I'm looking at.
You got that fucking Jokic build. You're an elite athlete.
I can dish it out.
Like the
Fico
rest
used
of-
to love to shoot from outside the paint, and the coach
Yeah.
used to go crazy. Get in the fucking paint!
The game's changed.
Yeah,
It's different now.
what if
You're
I,
ahead of your time.
what if I was just like
Yeah.
a legendary shooter and they're like, you're big, you gotta get in the paint.
Nah, dude, only Carl G was a legendary shooter. Give it to the hot hand,
Always
man.
get it to the hot hand.
That's ominous, though. A big guy with a sick 3, like, you don't know what he's
Yeah,
doing.
you don't know.
Oh yeah, you don't know what he's about.
Maybe
You don't know what he's gonna do next.
My
Is he
boy
gonna drive?
Jokic
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to be MVP of the NBA. He's a fat Serbian who's about 6'10".
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
He's a finesse guy.
He's a finesse.
He's
dude.
about to put it in from anywhere.
But he doesn't look finessey. He's
No,
like
he
clunky.
looks like the slobbiest Serbian.
And he's a
Just
hard
like the
guy.
guy he's in the gulag. He
He's
grew
a
up
more
in the
elite
gulag.
athlete than LeBron James.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't see
Have
LeBron
a
James
body
as
like that,
MVP this
dude.
year. Fucking LeBron.
I don't think Space Jam 2 looks good either.
It's gonna be
No,
terrible.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
shit.
It's gonna be
It
garbage.
seemed
Dude,
like a
it just-
meme that was
we're
a
all-
joke that no one liked.
We're all gonna watch it though.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I never said I'm not gonna watch it. I just know it's gonna be bad.
You know,
I'll
the
give
old
Big
Space
Big
Jam
Brother my
website
money.
is still up?
As long as the soundtrack's good, but you
Oh,
know
yeah.
it won't be.
Like
I thought they're not
HTML
open
text.
yet.
Oh, from like
They're probably
yeah,
not
97 or
fucking
something.
Still going. There's like
Garbage
mini games on
people,
this shit.
like,
Like,
Savage,
yeah,
and
it
they
won't-
just-
yeah.
it's dope.
The original soundtrack for Space Jam. I mean, R. Kelly, fucking.
The monster.
A lot of
Miller
sex
Band.
offenders on there.
There's probably some originals maybe there.
I still have it somewhere with Rao and Sharpie because like people took CDs back then, so you just put your Sharpie on everything.
The Bugs Bunny rap was pretty sick.
I don't remember that
Was
one.
that Lola or Buzz?
Was that the credits?
I think they had both. But yeah.
It's been a while. I might need to watch it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen
See, I
that.
don't even know if it's actually in the movie, but it's on. I had the soundtrack. That was one of the first CDs I ever got.
I was gonna
And
say,
it's
I wanna
like
say it
all
was
Bugs
during the
Bunny
credits.
rap and like, yeah, it's
I
got
don't
some
know why
goofy
this
shit
is-
on there that I don't even think is actually in the movie, but it's.
And mine still slaps too.
Yeah.
Hit 'em high, hit 'em high.
Yeah.
But you know it doesn't
Discount Wu-Tang essentially.
slap. That's actually still on there.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Discount Wu-Tang.
What
All
was
right, I
that?
guess, let's see, what time is it? I guess anybody got some more dumb items or anything? You guys are looking like you want to say something.
Always got something.
Yeah, right. Like the one I was thinking of where I talked about armoires earlier is me and Jake moving an armoire up a ladder into a loft.
Holy shit.
Nice. Yeah. Because he took a picture. And Jake's just like, "Don't send that to our boss."
One of
Oh,
the
sure,
dumb
sure.
things we did. It was me, you, Bennett, and Dylan. When you and Dylan dropped that dresser to me and Bennett, like during the winter, we were right next to the pool and everything because we couldn't get it down the stairs and
Over the
everything.
balcony.
So we're like,
Yeah.
well, Sean Bennett, get down there and catch it. We're gonna drop it down to you. What? All right.
Yeah, we caught the
Don't
dresser.
fall in the pool.
Yeah.
It's really cold out.
And we're gonna die because it had like the plastic
the
covering
cover
over
on
its
it.
ears. It was like the snow and ice where we were standing. We were like maybe this far from the pool and everything. We're like, all right, cool. Let's fucking do this.
Yes, sounds like a great idea. Let's fucking do it.
Like right before it
We've
happened.
done
it was
this
like,
plenty of times, dude. So we're
do you feel good about this? No.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
That's what everybody was like, no. We were catching a fucking dresser, and that dresser was heavy too. I remember that. Like, it's just like, well, this is gonna go really well or really bad. There's not gonna be a middle ground on this.
It went pretty smooth. No issues.
Yeah. Dude, last time I did that was just a piss-stained, cat-eating fucking sofa out of these two losers' apartments that mom was fucking paying for. And it was flawless, dude. It was like through some trees off this fucking shit. And,
Killed a couple birds on the way down, but it was flawless.
Dude, solid. And, you know, they were just decided they wanted some money back for more fucking weed and dildos. And yeah, their mom called and claimed we damaged it. It was just like, dude, that couch was fucking disgusting and the worst thing ever, and we didn't damage it. Fucking people, dude.
Not all cat people are gross, but cat people can be. Very
The worst. No, these people, like, they would smoke a lot on their porch and were so lazy they didn't want to go in. There was bottles of piss on their fucking patio.
Oh. Why didn't you just piss off the patio?
Yeah. Maybe it was hers, dude. Fuck.
Cut out the middle.
Yeah.
It's not the only time I've seen that. People are fucking gross.
Not as sexual as the penis sculptures, but we did move a lady too that was like, her whole family was firefighters, so we moved like 3 or 4 fire hydrants into their backyard that they had set up in like their garden and stuff, and then she had some like concrete fire hydrant sculptures too. But it was just
Is that a thing? If you're a firefighter, do you put a
ridiculously
fire
heavy.
hydrant?
I saw it recently in Greeley, actually.
That's a common thing if you're a firefighter.
I don't know. Were you there with
Yeah,
me
we
in
moved in the
Greeley?
van.
And they had the like 3 or 4 antique fire hydrants and like a weird carriage in their front yard.
But you gotta imagine a dog's gonna
Firefighting.
piss on an antique fire hydrant the
Yeah,
exact
they
same
don't
way as they would a modern one.
Mhm.
I don't think they really differentiate.
That's equal rights.
That's a stereotype. It's okay.
Not all
Archie doesn't do
dogs.
that.
Yeah.
You know, your sculpture of a love seat reminded me. Me and George brought a bathtub that had like 1/3 of it cut off vertically to make a couch. And it was a metal bathtub that they sliced that shit off of, and it probably weighed 100 and something pounds, maybe 200 pounds, and me and George had to carry it up a flight of stairs.
Speaking of concrete
That's
stuff
terrible.
like that,
Yeah, that was real
that reminds
stupid.
me of me, Brad, James, Jable, and Brennan. We all went out to Greeley to go try to move a giant concrete polished bathtub and everything. Like we literally couldn't even pick it up, and we tried because we took a piano like board and everything on there. We got on the piano board just barely. I literally go to pick up the piano board and maybe get it like maybe 6 inches off the ground. It just full on just started snapping and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it was bad.
When you break something designed to move a piano,
Yeah.
that's pretty bad.
No, that's what happened. Brad's like, we're not doing this. I'm like, I don't know. I've moved a lot of heavy shit on this stuff before. I've never seen one of these just like full on just break. Like literally fucking, I got like a couple splitters in my hand. Like there was just the entire bottom was just cracked all the way down. It was fucked
I've
up.
broken a lot of them, but not like that.
No, it was
Not the
it was
main
bad.
supports. I
Oh
was
no,
breaking,
yeah, it
like,
was
the
all
edges.
the main supports. Like it was no bueno.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, you get a player piano on one of those, it could break.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I've
Oh,
moved a couple of those.
me and Jesse, a long time ago. You remember moving that square baby grand?
Ooh, I moved one of those.
Yeah, it was a
Oh,
rectangle.
yeah, we
that
did
had 4
one.
legs.
Oh,
Me,
yeah,
you, and I
yeah.
think Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to push it up
That
a
wasn't
flight
that
of
bad.
stairs. of
No, it was
course, but-
super easy. Especially with being
Wow.
square. They
Yeah.
strapped on the
Have that.
board so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had never heard of a square baby grand before that day.
Yeah. I've seen a few now.
That's a thing.
I've only seen the one. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw one that we didn't have to move, and then yeah,
It's always nice.
It was fine.
Do you guys ever find yourself when you go into somebody's house, you instantly look at somebody like, oh, that would be a bitch to fucking move?
Every single
Yeah.
day. All of the time.
One of
Yeah,
the bug
this
guys we
job
had at
doesn't
one
seem
point
too bad. Go
literally
to the
turned to me
basement.
directly in front of the customer and said those exact words to me right in front of their face, and I almost fucking slapped him. It's like, well, good thing we don't have to move those fucking things. That would fucking suck. It's like,
Of course we have.
Who the fuck's he think
just
moving him,
got here
dude?
3 minutes ago, and that's what you want your first impression to be? A piece of shit.
Another dumb one I did. Dan, when me, you, and Jay had to take that half-player piano to that second story after just redid all their stairs and like up second story, all brand new like wood flooring and everything. Like Adam had to come out there to help us. He was like, "Are you really sure you want it up there? Like, are you really?" Kept trying to talk. I was like, "Nope, Adam, it's going up there." We gotta
Trying
get
to
it
talk
up
the
there.
customer out of putting it there. Dude, I think it'd look real good over here.
This will mix up my turkey. Yeah.
Is that a frequent tactic? You try and get someone to just put something on the ground floor instead?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I mean,
You're all like,
I don't
no,
know
no,
if
no.
the lighting's that great on the second floor. Like, you could just stick that on the...
You thought about putting it over here?
That sucked.
We've
Pull
taken
that
very
off
few
on an
clicks.
hourly. If you charge an hourly. It's like, well, cost effective. It'd be best to put all the boxes in the garage.
That does come up, yeah. It's a good move.
I wish I could crack open a Shiner and say that. Like, I'm gonna cut you straight. You want your dishes in the kitchen, but it'll save like 30 minutes if I just don't.
It will save you upwards of $100.
And you get off your ass and get off that Chardonnay and Xanax.
Names in it.
That's
That is a very classic
Oh,
combo.
yes.
Yeah, I was
Never
going to
touched
talk
it.
about some Xanax
Oh,
stories.
yeah.
Every customer I've had that's been so obviously barred out, they don't know where they are. It's just terrible.
Yeah,
They're
like-
the worst.
Picking up a couch and there's like literal pieces of shit underneath it.
I've got a resident that at one of the buildings I work at that gets fucked. I mean, she's been fucked up every time I've dealt with her, and unfortunately, I've dealt with her a lot. This bitch on a Sunday hired a handyman to come in and hang some like fast track shelving. The dude drilled through a 1/4-inch thick nail plate and into the 3-inch main supply line for the entire building for water.
Awesome.
I got the call at like 3 p.m. I think I left at like 1:30 in the morning or something like that night. And the best part is she's not even on the lease. The dude that lives there has a house in Denver. He's got a family, like a wife, kids, and everything.
That's his secret.
Yeah, it's definitely a side piece.
Keep it near.
And they were shocked when we hit them with like the $35,000 bill for the fucking flooding of 4 apartments, the parking garage, like me calling people out at 2 a.m. on a fucking Sunday night, like. But literally, like every time you deal with them, you can just tell right away, like, oh, this is gonna be fun. You're shit face and you're on pills, great.
Classic combo.
That is the combo.
So you see your phone vibrate at like midnight on a Friday or whatever, and you're like,
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm technically on call right now. I left my phone back at Dom's house. I hope there's not a flood or something.
If it is, it's not your problem right
But
now.
literally, like, my thing is like, I'm always on call, so I just drink, and if it's bad enough and I'm sober, I go there. If it's bad enough and I'm not sober, I call a plumber for $1,000 an hour on a weekend to go out there. Like, I'm not dealing with that shit.
You know where? What always is funny too, like sometimes when we move custodies, and they like before we get there or while we're there, they just take the nastiest dookie in their bathroom and everything. Bro, remember that one chick we moved?
I
Like,
wouldn't even say it. Come on in, boy. It's eggs and natty light, right?
it was gnarly. It was gnarly. Like that wasn't even in there. I started walking that way, and Dan was just like, "Yo, Sean, be ready when you go in there." I was like, "What?" It's not good.
I was like, I didn't say stay frosty, but I was like, eye contact with me. Watch out, buddy.
Man, I was gonna say we're at time, and then I was like, well, we'll hear this last one.
Anna was her name. Yeah.
Oh, shit, there could be a
Keep on
whole week on
That was gnarly.
taking shits in customers' houses.
Yeah.
Old Dare.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
We might need Lance to come in for that one too. Because he'd be better, but he wants, like the customer, of course. Oh, you guys got the rest. I'm gonna take off to the unload. He fucking floods the whole upstairs. Shit overflowing into the fucking room.
Ruthless.
I already said we're at time. You can keep talking shit if you want. Any final thoughts? Any good outro ideas or anything?
Who was literally talking shit though? Like, letting these going.
Yeah.
You send a text like, "Hey man, I need you here," like, because the phone calls they never pick up anyway. You know, they're not going to listen to your voicemail or whatever.
Yeah.
So when I need to get hold of them, like, it's not an emergency text. It's just like, "Hey, I'm going to see you here, there, because you need to be here." So the text like weighs heavy because they go, "I didn't get your call or your voicemail." It's like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
yes, you did.
Maybe that's a good one. We could bitch about customers next
Yeah.
time.
Well, yeah. That's like a general theme.
Yeah.
Well,
Kind of.
I was gonna say like bitch about customers, but like almost the cliches, but just the same shit we deal with every
Let's
day.
have Adam and Al next week. I'm going to talk about old JW, the writer, the book writer. Yeah, I want to bring her up. Fuck that bitch.
I
You are so goddamn much.
fucking man.
Yep.
I think she's still my neighbor.
Fuck. I fucking hate that bitch so goddamn much.
Before you get sloppy, you got a window down.
Yeah, but
I do too.
But for reals, it's raining. We need to stop this. I appreciate everybody for coming out. Thanks for being on.
hey, thanks for
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna keep trying to do this every week. We'll expand our
Like,
platform.
comment, subscribe,
Plan
smash
B?
that sus-
Yeah.
no,
Plan B,
stay
don't
down,
miss out
boy.
on that sponsor opportunity. I think
Plan
everyone
B.
here is all game for it.
Okay. I'll make some phone calls.
As Mr. Al said, it's not going to go there. What's the plan B?